All right, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Big Talk with my two co-hosts, Walter Sellers,
Yo.
and my man behind the camera, Rashad Scott. Hey.
If y'all can smell the onions, man. Woo.
And our guest today is Chris Pfeiffer. This young man is exploding on the scene with personal training, and he's doing very well. So it only felt right to add him to this fitness professional podcast.
Thank you.
So we can talk about ways of making you better. If you're either a personal trainer or any line of business, success principles are the same across the board. What it takes to be a great bodybuilder, same thing you can put into being a great business person, a great father, a great family man, great at anything. So consistency, discipline, max effort. Let's get it going. So, how was your week?
Not bad. Weekend was good.
Yeah.
Last week was good. You know, we had a big event at the Gold Gym in Ritchie Station. Big shout out to them for allowing us to
Yes,
showcase
thank
some
you.
of our products. We almost sold out.
Yeah.
You couldn't have enough shred 'em.
You were running it?
It was gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised then.
Bro, it was, look, it was crazy. And they had Full Force there. So Full Force, old school hip hop group, you know, for the Kid and Play movies.
That's right.
They bought the Sleep Aid. They bought the Blue Heat.
What is that?
Oh man.
What is
You
Full
never
Force?
seen
Yeah.
You never saw House Party?
Uh-uh.
How old are you? 12?
Motherfucker. Now, what is
The
that?
House Party is, you know, one of the greatest hip hop movies. It's like one of the first hip hop movies.
You heard
I'll
of Kid
take
and
it.
Play, right?
What's up?
Kid and Play?
Kid and Play?
No.
Eraserhead?
Bruh.
Yes, but I've never watched it.
Well,
Bruh.
That's a
so,
scary movie, though.
you know Martin Lawrence, right? Martin Lawrence is
yeah.
okay. So Martin Lawrence, actually, just before he became anything, he was Bilal.
Yes.
They ranked on the entire movie for having bad breath.
Yep.
And he was supposed to be the musty DJ,
Yep.
right? Who was like, you know,
Bro, the milk crates in the back of the car.
with all
Bro.
yeah, it's just one of those things where was that early '90s, right? Early.
Late 80s,
It was
wasn't it?
89,
I think it was
89 or 90, yeah.
Google it.
Hey, yeah, say it.
Yeah,
You got a cell phone, bro?
Yeah, the man behind the camera over here. Google
Right?
it.
House Party, the first one.
You know it's crazy than the second one, 1990.
Yeah,
1990.
1990. So that would have been when I was a freshman in high school.
I was negative 3 years old.
I was negative
You
2
were
years.
born in '93.
Yeah, baby.
I was
Yeah.
negative 2 years old.
Damn. You were
Y'all
born in
even two
92.
to
Yeah, I would say you're a year older than me, ain't you? Yeah.
Hey, when were you born?
78. I'm old.
Yeah,
You born in 55.
75. Yeah, but
That's when my dad was born.
1955.
Yeah,
that
You know,
makes
so
sense.
my mom was
Get
born
close.
58.
What's up?
My mom was born 58.
Bro.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
She look great.
Hey, dude, your dad looks great.
Yeah.
That man's almost 80 years old. Yo, he making that look good, bro.
Yeah.
My
I'm proud of
stepdad
him.
was born 50.
Shit.
Damn.
Wow, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so
But anyway, Full Force was there.
Right.
And they got some and they said they were going to do it for a week. And
right.
our Blue Heat is probably, it's a nighttime fat burner.
yes.
And a little bit of
Sleep.
melatonin, and you will sleep. If you don't have 6 hours of sleep, don't take it. If you can't get 6 hours of sleeping,
Yeah.
listen to what I'm telling you. If you don't have 6 hours of sleep, don't take it.
I'll tell you what, with the Blue Heat, when we were doing that prep for North Americans, I wasn't getting like the longest duration of sleep, but the quality of sleep that I was getting
Yeah.
was a fucking game changer
Yeah.
for that prep, bro. Because I was getting like 5, I mean, you know how it is. You're getting up at 5:30, 5 in the morning to your
That
cardio.
cardio.
Bro, I'll tell you what, like that 5 hours of sleep, that was a saving grace.
But a lot of times people miss that we have the ZMA in there too.
Right.
And with the ZMA, you're getting that increase in growth hormone response. We have the T2 in there, so it stimulates metabolism while you're sleeping.
Mhm.
And we also have the GABA in there to kind of quiet your nervous system while you're, because a lot of times when we're getting ready for a show, it's not that you're tired, like you, it's not that you can't fall asleep because, you're physically tired, but mentally you can't just shut it off.
Right.
You just can't shut it off. So you're exhausted physically, but mentally you're so
Jammed up, anxious.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
so much going on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And whatever goes on with how your metabolism increases when you're on the diet, your mind is just not shut
It
off.
won't.
So,
So-
so the Blue Heat is meant to quiet that and allow you to get some restful sleep and then bring your stress levels down with the ashwagandha. So it's just a complete complex for the best sleep, best recovery product out there. So if you have not tried it,
You still got the Valerian root in there?
yeah, still
Yeah.
got the Valerian root in there too.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And make sure you look at the link below, and you click it. Code Classic Man for 10% off.
Ah.
Code Classic Man for 10% off.
There we go. There we go.
But anyway,
Righteous plug.
So it was great, right? So,
Either way, the shit works.
either way it works, right?
It works.
But it was definitely a good opportunity to get the product out there, and they invited us back out to have a vendor day specifically for us, so a Gold Gym in Ritchie Station, and then we'll have another speaking engagement at another gym that's affiliated with them as well. So
Right. Yeah, we're
it'll be good for
always
us.
glad to go out and do the presentation in person to help move the product. So if you have a store, if you have a gym, please don't hesitate to invite us out. We'll come out
Yep.
and represent and put on a good show for your customers.
Absolutely.
So I was kind of contemplating this the other day, and I was thinking about it because someone said, you're pretty successful, and we're always. And I thought about you because for a long time, Rashad had to tell you, man, why don't you do more diets? Why don't you do more of this? Why don't you do more of that? You're like, I don't feel like I know enough yet. And
It's so true.
and I laughed because at that time I think you had already won the that Class A show that we did, right? That you already won that show, and you had already shown that you could do a couple good preps. Had already been shredded, and you had a good knowledge of. But in your mind, you're like, I'm still not ready. I'm still not ready yet. And what I started thinking was, so what does success mean? Because you got cats that have never done well, yet will, with no nutrition certification or anything, and we'll go, well, I did a show once, so I'm going to tell you how to do it.
You see it all the fucking time.
All the time, right? So, and then and then I laugh because one of the best podcasts out there is Nick Trigillis. He's growing steadily.
Sure.
And this man talked as if he was Mr. Olympia, and he was Mr. USA. Kudos to him, but never really did anything as a pro.
Sure.
But he talks as if. And then you have other amateur athletes who coach people to tournaments. So what does success truly mean is what I was thinking. Like, what is, like, one, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to get successful if you don't start. So you got to start
Right.
somewhere, right? So what does success mean to us? Like, what, in your mind, what does success mean to you?
I mean, success means to me, it's like having the ability to do something whenever and however I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know necessarily that it's dependent upon financial setting or whatever it may be, but just being able to have the freedom to kind of do whatever I please to do whenever I please to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something and I think that's defined differently by some people. Some people define success as like a certain number in the bank account, having a wife and kids, or a husband and multiple kids, or multiple, whatever it may be, a nice car, or just happiness. But for me, my level and my definition of success is being able to not have any worries, right? If something happens, it's taken care of, or I know I can take care of it, and just being able to just enjoy life on life's terms. And I think that's really what I'm trying to accomplish here, working with you, is this was an opportunity that I saw that I could achieve my definition of success, And I think, you're right. Rashad, in the very beginning, as annoying as he was right. I mean, he was annoying, no offense. But, you did what you pushed me. I was afraid to come here full-time personal training because, I was making really good money at my last job. But I wanted to be here because, I wanted to be with you, and I wanted to learn more about bodybuilding, personal training. I just wanted to, and it was just fucking fun to be here, especially, 4 years ago now, or whatever it was.
Holy shit, it's 4 years.
I mean, since I've been coming here with you, I was 20 on my 24th birthday. I came here to your office hungover, and then that same day we picked a big cat. 16 weeks later, basically, and that was the last time I drank, essentially, and then that was the start of this this newfound obsession.
Right.
So
So
You're welcome.
thank you, appreciate that.
I can tell he's your friend because your nipple's out.
Oh, yeah. He's excited to see you. I want to say what's up.
So, so here's why I asked, what does success mean? Because you're more successful than a lot of folks just for the simple fact of which you overcame.
Right. Yeah.
right? Like what you've overcome to be where you're at today is major.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to overcome that, right?
Yeah. True.
Right. So, I think you're successful in that standpoint already.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. So when I ask what success means because it can't be about a number.
Right.
Because no matter how rich you become, there will be somebody richer.
Mhm.
Right. No matter how successful you become at an event, there'll be somebody better. So it can't just be what you hit, right? Is it the goals you set and achieving those goals? Is it the amount of people that you can reach and change and influence and inspire? Is it about what type of man you want to become, and are you working towards that, becoming that man on a consistent basis?
Yeah.
But what does it mean to you?
I think you just literally touched on it. For me, it's success. It can't be money, right? It can't be dollar money. We've all had an opportunity in our life to make a lot of money at some point in time, and like I said, there's always been making more. For me, the reason I literally picked this job is because of tomorrow's children. I don't have any children of my own, but I'm lucky enough to influence some kids. And some of the problems that are explicitly in the African American community for our women's health is endometriosis, is type 2 diabetes, all things that with the right diet, nutrition, and ideas can be corrected. But how does that impact tomorrow's generation? Well, I can immediately impact tomorrow's generation if the moms and the dads are eating right and exercising. And if that's the only food that the kids are eating at home, they won't want to make the wrong choices in school.
Sure.
The vending machines won't matter.
Right.
I won't have to force feed kids vegetables and clean meats and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
'cause that's what they're used to.
They're used to eating it.
Right.
Exactly.
That's how I
So,
was raised.
They-
Basically.
they won't see it.
selfishly for me, I feel like I could change the world by one mom and one dad
No,
at a
definitely.
time.
Definitely.
So for me, being successful is how many families, how many children can I impact? Because outcomes change, right? The healthier children eat, the smarter they are.
Yeah.
Because they're more well-rounded, they get all the vitamins, nutrients, and then they get the right amount of sleep, and all that turns into we're gonna live longer because the kids are gonna be smarter.
Yeah.
But that's
Stress ain't taking years off your life.
exactly. So what kind of world are we leaving for our children? How about what kind of children are we leaving for the world? You know what I mean?
That's deep.
And if we're able to create the connective tissue between eating right, between exercise and mental health, and we can do all those things while making a stronger family bond, dude, we all win.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my
Right.
my version of success. Because like I said, I can go out and sell my soul and make money. I can go to the car business,
Yeah.
I can go sell RVs, go sell houses, whatever it is, and go make a crap ton of money.
Sure.
But I won't have time to do things that I love to do, right?
Which is this?
Which is
Right.
helping people. I might not make a lot. I will make $1 million a year again. But it's just a matter of how many people I'm helping. Because as long as I'm helping folks, the money will come.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at it, you go you compartmentalize a lot of things, especially when you do the shows and bodybuilding and all that kind of stuff into blocks of time, right? Like you look at it and go, okay, over this season I want to do this, over this season I want to do this, and so is success about I set a goal or a vision I want for myself, and I hit that. That's a successful moment for me, right? So it's about continually creating new moments of achievement, right? Continually achieving more and more and more, not just financially, however it's going to be, right? I inspired 1,000 more people. I taught this person. I stopped or helped this person get out of this issue. Like whatever it's going to be for you. So let me ask you this. Why are we losing? We have more data telling you when you eat trans fat or partially hydrogenated oils, it's terrible for you, right? It's like something your body doesn't know what to do with,
Yeah, it's foreign.
right? And your body's like completely inflamed trying to figure this thing out. So it just fucks you up. Yet more people are still buying Skippy and Jiffy than any natural peanut butter out there, right? Just to make it simple, right? What that stuff's in. Pretty much anything that's on the middle shelves that can sit there for 3 years without going bad has that in there, right?
Sure, yeah.
It's a fat that's engineered so that it can make the food last
Preserves.
longer, right?
Yeah.
So, which on the surface sounds good, but then when it gets in your body's like, what the fuck am I doing with this, right? So, but more people eating that stuff, more people eating fast food, we're losing as fitness professionals to the potato chip market.
Sure.
So if there's more information out there than ever, more fitness professionals than ever, why are we losing?
People just choose to be ignorant. You know what I mean? I think that's I think a lot of it is when I consult with clients and I talk to them, it's like everyone knows the right and wrong thing to a certain extent, right? It's like everyone knows that you should not be drinking each and every single day of the week because alcohol is extremely inflammatory to the body, right? But people do tend to do that. They tend to wind down at the long day at the end of work, have a couple glasses of wine, glass of whiskey, things of that nature. People know that they shouldn't be smoking, but
Yeah,
people-
that one
right.
drives me nuts. I'm
Right.
like,
But people each and every single day go to the Wawa, go to whatever 7-Eleven, whatever it may be, buy cigarettes, other things, other smoking
Yeah,
products,
yeah.
right? People still based out of convenience rather go grab something from a fast food chain, Wawa, 7-Eleven once again, and grab something there rather than just stay home, although they know going to the grocery store, getting Whole Foods, taking some time, yes, out of their day, out of their week to prepare these meals that are, what's in them, rather than taking it to work, right? I think a lot of people just choose, maybe ignorance isn't the best way, but just choose just to be daft in certain situations like that. Because the less they know, the less they feel bad about making more decisions based on convenience.
all right, so let me throw this out
I
there.
almost agree.
Well, let me throw this out
Put a
there.
pin
Okay,
in
so
Go ahead.
when my children were younger, I would get done work, have to pick them up from school, have to have them at practice at a certain time, and it was another 20-minute ride over to the other person's practice. So I'm 20 minutes apart from them. I got to pick up one. Where do I fit dinner in there at? It becomes the answer because when they get done practice, it's already 8 o'clock. They got to be in bed by 9:30.
Right.
Right. So where do you fit dinner? If you don't understand food, what I was doing was sushi night,
Right.
right? Because that's better than McDonald's.
Sure.
That's better than Burger King, right?
Sure.
Because the quick thing when they get hungry, first thing, Dad, I want McDonald's or Burger King or Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A's got some options, but all of them actually have options. You know what you're doing, but
Can't ever go wrong with chicken.
sushi was an easy way, and it got them to not eat terrible, and it was filling for them, right? So and some fruit, sushi and fruit, that was the deal, right? We go by Safeway, sushi and fruit, and take them to baseball practice, it was right around the corner. But if you don't have a knowledge of food,
Right.
right, like a guy who does investments might say, why would you invest in that? That's dumb. You got to do X, Y, and Z, and you easily make this much money in return,
Right.
right? But that's not what we're as well versed in. We're well versed in food and understanding the ins and outs of different macronutrients and all that kind of stuff, right? We're not sitting there going, yeah, I ain't even worry about the macro. I just give people micronutrients. Oh, what dumbass said that? Okay, anyway, you know him.
Say it. Just let him edit it.
But what do you say to that? To
The
busy couples trying to take care of the kids and everything.
one, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so I get it. There's a lot of information out there,
Sure.
and it's easy to look if you know where to look, right? But the other part about it is the majority of our country, the majority of the nation, and the majority of the reason that we're losing is because of food deserts, right? So I'm from East Baltimore originally, so where my grandparents' house is, there are no grocery stores within 20-minute drive. Okay, so there's a convenience store,
Sure.
right? I can go down there, get salt, pepper, ketchup, chicken, salt, pepper, ketchup, fried chicken, fries, $5
Bam. Just hit it
every day.
every day.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. I bet you the grease that's in those fryers at the store is still right there. Is the same grease that I had when I was 12 years old, still going there.
Yeah, probably.
Right? But if there is no other food there,
Right.
that's the issue,
Right.
right? And how do we tackle all those things at one time? It's almost impossible, right? We can go down the store lower,
Yeah.
right? The closest grocery store is Walmart, and it's still 20 miles away from someone's house.
Yeah.
And Slower Lower, there is no Slower Lower, Delaware folks who don't know. There's no mass transit in Slower Lower,
Right.
Shit,
Right.
it's on mass transit in Delaware, period.
right? So how do you get from your house to the grocery store where there's real food?
Yeah.
Or do you go to the Wendy's that's across the street from your house, or the McDonald's, or the Chick-fil-A, or whatever that's right there?
Right.
Do you know what they mean by mass transit?
All right.
It's like bus stations.
So-
No, not bus stations.
Yeah.
No,
So there's SEPTA, right?
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
Right. So like.
Dart is nowhere even close to
Right.
something.
So there's like in most major cities, metropolitan areas, there'll be a bus system, there'll be a train, there'll be subways, whatever. Like you can't even get an Uber so lower.
No.
For example,
My
like,
parents drove me everywhere when I was a kid.
like when I was
Exactly, but that's why. No, but that's why.
Yeah.
So when I was living in Philly, if I wanted to get somewhere,
Yeah.
all I had to do was wait 15 minutes for the bus.
And it's a bus is coming.
At max.
Yeah.
When I first moved over here, and I was trying to talk to this girl. She said, "Oh yeah, I missed the bus. I'm waiting for the next one." I'm from Philly, and I'm like, "Oh, that'd be like 5-10 minutes."
Hour and a half.
Hour. I'm like, "Yo, what's the bus?" And they said, "Oh, we'll run a little late, so we'll be here in 5 minutes." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
In an hour?"
Yeah, so, like,
that's
it's-
really natural.
It's having a food desert. It's and so I'm with you. But if the people don't know, they don't know what to ask for.
Right.
And so then it filters down, right? Michelle Obama was right. We need to introduce better food to those kids in those
Yeah, no
schools where
doubt.
we don't have options for other food.
Yeah.
We can't shove pizza down their throat if we want them to perform well on tests and learn more and be more effective at learning.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, economics definitely has a big part.
but economics is a
Huge.
tremendous part of
Well,
it.
I mean,
we're
it's
lucky.
more expensive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I
It's
almost
not really,
agree.
though.
It's not really. Dude, you go to the farmer's market and you can get vegetables, you get your chicken, farm rate.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying like the schools like being able to provide like mass quantities, like
Well,
preparation,
but
things like that.
I mean, like honestly, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, every state school should be able to provide the same thing, right?
Sure.
They
Yes.
come from the same place.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do agree with that.
Should be able to. Keyword.
I
should
didn't
be
say
able
I
to.
didn't say they are.
Oh,
Right, they
I
should
said
be
they
able to.
should.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say me coming from Philly.
Well, we
that
already
works.
know like certain
Certain
parts
areas don't got it.
are
Yeah.
going to get more than the other, right?
Yep.
But we already know that, and but we do know that it should be
Sure.
everybody is getting equal,
But they're not.
but they're not.
Right.
So it's not really about. At that point, it's like how do we? It's about teaching the individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I only have $100 to spend on food, which may be a lot for some people, so I'll say $50 to spend on food. What am I buying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Go out
So-
to dinner, spend all of it on one meal, go to the grocery store. Yeah.
They think about going out to dinner. They think about $50 can get me 10 days at McDonald's.
Yep.
Yeah.
$5, right? That's
Yep.
10 days. But what they don't know is they could also get themselves a bulk thing of rice, white rice.
Mm-hmm.
Get themselves a ton of cans of tuna. It doesn't taste as good, right? But it's about your health, right?
You'll get chicken.
We can,
Yeah, it's kind of expensive.
well, I was thinking you can go and get the frozen ones, or you can go get a big chicken and split with
whole
the split
chicken.
breast, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like that. So not convenient, but there's ways to do it if you really
On
care
budget.
about your health.
There's ways to do it if you know about it.
If
Right.
you know how to
Yeah.
make it free.
So I go to that. Do
Yeah.
you think like people just don't really care about their health?
See, no, I think people care about their health. I think in my school of thought is there's two different kinds of people. Well, three. There's
Black, white, Chinese? Okay.
yeah, you got it. There's the paralysis by analysis people that there
Sure.
is so much information out there that they're overwhelmed. They have no fucking idea where to start. Hence why
Agreed.
people like them are usually the people that come to guys like us because
Right.
they want to start, they just don't know how to. So I'm gonna go find someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. Right.
Sure.
Then there are other people in the street that they just don't have any again, I always am under the assumption everyone generally knows what you should or should not be doing, right? Everyone generally knows.
Generally.
I
I
mean,
agree with that.
I can't agree with that either.
See, I
I'm
mean,
gonna tell you why, right?
explain, yeah.
Okay, so you have all these commercials on TV, and what do they say? This is gluten free. Well, if you don't know anything about nutrition, you're like, that means it must be
Oh,
healthy.
shit.
Well, that's it.
I'm looking at it all right, so instead of having that cheeseburger for the 5th time this week, maybe you should get a salad. That's what I'm kind of
But
saying.
is it-
Instead of a full soda
I'll
with
flip-
sugar,
I'll
maybe a
flip
diet.
that. I'll
Okay,
flip that.
okay.
Lenny's and Larry's cookies. Everybody says, "Oh, it's got
Facts.
protein."
Well,
in it.
okay.
So
I'll give you
those
that
are
one.
the same people.
That shit's fucking disgusting. I hope they're watching
Tastes
this.
good though.
Does taste
No,
good.
they fucking don't.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, if you
Well,
really
well-
want a cookie, that's pretty
Well,
fucking
you're
spot
expecting
on.
it to taste like Miss Fields, bro. It ain't
Exactly.
gonna
I
taste
see a
Those shits are
cookie.
good.
I want a
It's gonna
cookie.
taste like a
But
cookie,
also
like a protein cookie.
Hey, Brett,
A
hey,
little
a
drier, a
cheeseburger-
little harder to bite
A
down.
cheeseburger from McDonald's is on paper healthier than a Lenny's Larry cookie.
Right. Well, and I was going to say that, right? Like, so the cheeseburger, the salad. Well, shit. If I load my salad up at Ruby Tuesday.
Blue cheese dressing.
With the
Blue
Caesar
cheese
dressing on top.
and the cheese and
Yeah.
oh man,
You gotta
that-
boy.
It's not a salad anymore.
Yeah.
So, I hear you.
It's
You know,
cheese
but
with
again,
lettuce on it.
is there baseline knowledge? Sure there is, right?
Right.
Because we're
But
taught it in school.
I'm
Food
agreeing
pyramid.
with, I'm agreeing with you though, but like there's a lack of like I think almost like standardized education when it comes to stuff like what is it in high school? What was that class?
Any health class?
Did you really pay attention to high school?
No.
No, I didn't.
So you just making up shit. You don't know. You weren't
No.
there.
What I'm
You weren't
saying is,
there.
okay. So look, I was in school my freshman year for like 70% of the time. So like, when I was in school, we had health class, right? Health class, they go over the basics. You know what I mean? But like,
Well, funny thing is, you know, the food pyramid or
We've
whatever.
got more
They just
people
changed
fat
it.
than
They
ever.
said they said that was a scam for food industries back whenever they created.
Sure.
Sure.
So
it's a scam now. They're saying fucking Lucky Charms is healthier than red meat. Did you guys see their
I
brand new
didn't.
one?
Oh
You know,
my
improved?
God.
Saying Lucky Charms Kellogg cereal is healthier
I've
than
not seen
actual
that.
red meat.
I've not
Yeah,
seen that.
you gotta check it out.
I'll post it on the screen. But
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like the dude, I was like all over social media.
Yeah.
They're just like a brand new pyramid.
I
food
remember
pyramid.
when I was in college taking a nutrition class in college, and they were telling me how much protein a person can consume, and I'm thinking to myself, I think me and the client I was training at the time, with that one client at the time, she was doing more than that in one meal.
Wow.
Right? Because they were talking about 0.8 kilos is the max. Right? So if you got a 130-pound young lady in kilos,
So it's about 60 kilos.
that's 59. They talking about she needs 47 grams of protein a
That's
day.
one meal.
Thank God they've kind of revised that some. But can you imagine how many people back then were filling out? So if you got a girl who they told you at that time 1,200 calories, right?
Wait, pause real quick. This shit says sweet potato chips, and
That the new food thing?
this is one part of it. It says to follow moderately, avoid ground beef.
I told you.
That's crazy.
They're saying literal fucking Kellogg cereal processed foods
They're
are
saying-
better than whole food options.
They
Yeah,
say
I mean,
eat
and
ice
people-
cream over ground beef.
What?
I fucking
Ice cream,
This
bro.
is real shit. Like,
That's crazy.
how did you not see that?
That's horrible.
Because we don't look at whatever that says. That's why.
Dude,
but
it's
that's
fucking
but that gives us right.
Yeah.
So piggybacking on what you said and what Fred has said, you know,
Sorry,
if you're not looking at the right information,
Right.
or
Well, there's a lot of
coming to see us,
disinformation out there.
or coming to see us,
Right.
right? You know, it can be the analysis, the paralysis by analysis, because there's so much conflicting data.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can find you 20 reasons not to do a deadlift, but I can tell you right now, you probably want to do deadlifts in your workouts.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But like, yeah, absolutely. But and here's the thing, right? It's like I seen some guys today doing the pull downs, and they're like this. I'm saying to myself, you don't have any mass yet. What
Talking about me?
No, you're not doing that.
I
You're
was
doing this
just
shit
doing
right
it.
here. You are not. You're
I
not.
was.
You're
It
not
was cool.
standing up on an
cool.
angle doing this.
For sure, you work out today.
But either way, at least you have 3 years of lifting under your belt before you started doing
Yeah.
just angles and everything, right? So you're able to build.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the point is, the right information is everything.
Yeah.
But to go to my point, peep this, right? If you follow what I was talking about with 47 grams of protein, that's 15% of the calories. So if I got 15% protein, 60% carb, and
The other fat.
the rest fat,
Yeah.
I'm getting fat as hell.
Yeah.
Fluffy
I
fat
just
too.
got a surplus of energy going in, and very little. So of course I don't really need much protein, because in the absence of carbs, you need more protein, right? But yeah, the energy is way surplus, and at 1,200 calories, I'm not maintaining any muscle.
At all.
Any muscle. So I'm slowing my metabolism down, and I'm
And smooth.
And a professional, and the problem is a professional is telling you to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Exactly.
I
So-
just saw a video today. Actually, it was Alex Toplin made a video that some guy, he's got like 500,000 subscribers on YouTube or whatever, was explaining how to write your own diet. So like, take your body weight, multiply it by X number. So he was saying if you wanted to lose weight, you take your body weight, you multiply it by 8 to lose weight.
Real low.
Then multiply it by 9, multiply it by 10 for a surplus. And it's like, if you were doing the math, like, I forget what number came up for me, but like, I'm 195 pounds. If I wanted to start dieting now,
Yeah.
multiply that number by 8, you got your calculator up?
Yeah, so you got 1,500 calories.
Are you
Bro,
fucking
what's
exactly?
You lose weight.
I'm not kidding.
You lose weight.
I'm fucking miserable, right? But it's crazy to think like that. And that guy's got 500,000
so
fucking
you
people
gotta compare
subscribing.
That. But you got to compare that, though, right? Yes, you'll lose weight. However, your athletic output throughout the day is going to be different than the John Doe
Sure.
than a John Doe
Even so.
subscriber. That's listen. People don't know what they don't know.
I forgot I lost my
Walter, I'm eating healthy today. I had a salad. It was a salad on your meal plan.
I remember saying so the same girl I was talking about last week. She's 130, and she's like, "Well, I was eating 2,700 calories." I'm like,
Go ahead.
Well, what were you eating? Literally all carbs, oils, fats, and whatnot, and wondering why you got a gut. It's just like you talking about you want to get. It's talking about you want to gain like X amount of like double-digit numbers of muscle within a month. Like, first of all, it's not happening.
No.
So get that out of your head. Just be real with you. Like, we can do stuff, but in a month it ain't happening.
Right.
And then 2, you tell me how to do my job. What's the point of you asking me to do this shit? Because you
Ooh,
were
I love
doing if it was working, you're doing 2,700 calories because you heard, read, or whatever. Why are you coming to me for help at all? If it was working.
Right.
So it's just like
Right.
people are seeing all this information and it's like, oh, if somebody said it, so it must work. It's like, no, you could literally, somebody did a test to see about carrots in regards to the vision of the eye, whatever. He said, are carrots good for your eyes? Found an article that said, oh, this is why carrots are good for your eyes, blah, blah, blah. I said, wrote the same thing. Are carrots bad for your eyes? Found an article why carrots are bad for your eyes. So whatever you're looking for is there.
You can support it.
In
Yep.
some form or fashion.
That's why you gotta basically you take a school of belief that you believe in, and then you die on the hill that school's with, because regardless you're gonna be fucking wrong in someone's eyes.
Well, I mean, just create some results for some people,
Yeah,
for a large number of people.
that's what I'm saying. So like you have a process that you've
Yeah.
convicted to, you know, and that's yours. No one can explain to you why that's wrong, because for me, it fucking works. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now there are some outlandish things. I'm sure. You mean you've been doing this for how long? I mean, I'm sure you come across some characters where it's like, oh yeah, I do this. It's like, that's fucking dumb. You know what I mean? That's terrible. But like, you go ahead, brother. You know, you do your thing. But there are, I mean, like, I'm sure you've even heard it too. Like, some people, maybe the process isn't what you think is good, but like,
Right.
the results are there for them. It's like, I can't really deny it. You know?
For me, it's not about denying. You know, like even with something silly as faster cardio.
Sure.
There's science on both sides. There's bro science, there's real science. For the clients that I've worked with, it's been effective.
Yeah, sure.
But it also, because I don't care how perfect you are to your diet, and if you work in an office setting, there's a fucking donut.
Yeah, I mean,
There's M&Ms.
and certain things die hard no matter whether it makes sense or not, right?
Right.
Like fasted cardio, for instance, I'm die hard from day one, always done fasted cardio. The last prep I did, I mean, it's probably one of the most shredded physiques ever, but I was small. But it was one of the most shredded physiques ever put on stage. And I think I maybe did a handful of times fasted cardio. So I know you don't really truly need fasted cardio. The problem
Right.
is, are you doing the cardio hard enough
Bingo.
consistently?
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like I see people, clients, they're doing cardio with the incline way up, holding on,
With 2 miles.
and I'm like,
Call me out again.
you're not fucking, you're not working. You're not working, right? Well, I mean, your metabolism's crazy though, so you don't really need to do a whole lot. But like you and the thing is, like you're doing cardio, but you're not really doing cardio.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
not
it.
forcing the body to do
You're
it.
not for like it's like we do the lifting. We have this mentality that I have to go in and make it harder in order to progress, right? In one way or another, whether it's weight, whether it's tempo, whether it's time between sets, some way you're bringing a new level of intensity. You agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But we get on cardio and we're like, yeah, we're chilling. That Netflix show is good. Like when you're going hard on cardio, you don't want to concentrate on shit. You're like,
Right.
put my fucking music in and let me fucking
Yeah,
roll.
don't fucking talk to
That's
me.
what I tell
Yeah.
my clients. If you're doing cardio, for faster cardio, no one should be able to talk to you. because it's going to piss you off because you got to slow down.
Right. Well, and now that's what I'm saying. But if you're doing the fasted cardio, you can get away with being a little lackadaisical
Sure.
because you don't have any glycogen in your system right now, right? You're doing it fasted. That's the advantage of doing fasted cardio. We're going to oxidize fat a little faster, right? So the amount of fat you're actually burning while you're doing the cardio is going to be greater.
Right.
Always going to be greater. It's just that the long-term effect of it should not be the same as if you're doing it later in the day when you have some
Right,
energy,
sure.
right? If
That post window. Yeah.
if the cardio is done hard enough.
Right.
And that's a big if.
But that's
And that's why the fasted cardio I think has been so effective, because if I do 70% effort cardio, even first thing in the morning out of bed, it's going to be more effective than if I'm doing 70% cardio later in the day.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I think fasted cardio has been so effective for so many people.
And I think that leverages a lot of people's personalities too. You know what I mean? Like if you're an A1 winner and you're an animal, regardless, you do it fasted, you do it fed,
Right.
you're gonna make results.
Absolutely.
But if you're the kind of person that's like, I'm
That's
kind of just,
why I do it.
I'm not gonna say any names, but like I saw some like a mutual, whatever.
Say a name, I'll bleep it out.
Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, and I was literally telling my clients this.
I'll
You know
bleep
what I mean?
it out. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my clients when we were training, and I was just like, because he was asking, you love this question, I'm sure. It's like, what's the best equipment to do cardio on? That's what he asked me. I was like, doesn't fucking matter.
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever
yeah.
you can
Maintain.
do, right?
Yep.
Whatever you can be consistent with. Doesn't matter if it's stair step, it doesn't matter if you elliptical, it
Even
doesn't matter if
outside
it's
walking
fucking
with a
bike.
stick.
Fucking walk outside
I
with your
don't
dog, right?
care.
Right. It just does not matter. Just fucking do
Do
it,
it.
right? Be an animal. And I looked over and I felt really bad, but it's like, I was like, I love that girl to death. Yeah, I mean, she's a great person, but she's wondering why she doesn't lose weight. I was like, tell me what she's doing, right? She's walking at a 4% incline at a 2-speed, holding onto the rails, just fucking sifting through her fucking phone, just scrolling.
Yeah.
There's no, why would your body adapt to that?
Right.
There is no reason. Right, yeah, no.
That shit is annoying.
But I just
Nobody
like,
else we know does
Yeah,
that.
I know.
believe it.
I know.
it's like it frustrates me. It's just like, you know, you come in here, you spend all this money, you spend all this fucking time, like you desire this, and then like literally when push comes to shove, that justifiably makes you feel better at the end of the night just to say you do that. You know what I mean? To me, that's like, I could never go to sleep knowing that.
Yeah.
Like I just half-assed it. Like you're not in an off-season setting. Like,
Right.
You're trying to make some life changes here. You know what I mean? And you're fucking worried about who's on TikTok.
You're not soft, yo. You big.
Right. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is the matter between like living a healthy, sustainable life for an extended period of time with people you love, or potentially having to cut it short, or having really significant problems later on in your life.
Yeah.
And that's when I see that, it's just like you have all the potential in the world because you're here. You have all the time now. Just fucking do it.
Well,
You
do you
know?
think, like, a lot of times it's like, you know, you can't, like, when you're heavier, you get used to being heavier,
Yeah.
right? When you're,
I mean, when you were like 300, I'm sure you
yeah,
were
when I was fat as shit, I would just, you know, I was fat, you know? And I mean, I was.
Oh, but dude.
my ex-wife looked at me and said, "Your legs look like that obese lady's legs over there." Man, I was, bro, how are you? I was like, what? I'm a bodybuilder. And she's like, nah, nigga, you ain't no bodybuilder. You might be a powerlifter, but you ain't no bodybuilder. Right? So, I just, you know, I let it go. I gotten too sloppy, you know, and as well as I do, when you get too big, you know, the leptin levels don't work the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Adrenaline levels don't work the same. Things don't work the same, so you're not optimal anymore, right? I'm a strong believer you should at least see the outline of the abs.
Yeah.
And I never used to believe in that because when we were younger, man,
Didn't take
ET.
much.
you bulk. I mean, bulking meant I'm going to Texas Roadhouse, I'm grabbing 2 plates, 3 appetizers, and I'm going to eat it all. I'll sit there and eat until I get sick. It means that I'm waking up in the middle of the night, not grabbing oatmeal, probably golden grams, peanut butter, protein. I'll throw some protein in there to make myself feel better. You know?
It's healthy, right?
with the whole milk, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the morning, no lie, morning was 2 scoops of protein, 3 apple cinnamon oatmeal packets, 2 scoops of peanut butter, banana. That was the shake, and then I followed up with cheese and eggs, and cheese and eggs, and then 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I was eating.
Meal one.
That was
Meal
meal
one.
one. I mean, I was when I was younger, it was just like I'd look at these stories, I hear these stories from Dave Palumbo, from some of the other guys that were trying to get bigger, and I was just like, I gotta eat more, gotta eat more, gotta eat more.
Yeah.
It was just as much, and then every time in between clients, I mean, eat bars. I mean, one of the diets that I heard about, and this is true, and I tried it, and got sick as hell from it, but
So that means it worked.
it definitely wanted to throw up at night, but it was literally 3 egg McMuffin sandwiches.
Good. I'm out.
You lost
With
me.
mayo.
Out.
I didn't do mayo.
Oh,
3
okay.
egg McMuffin sandwiches. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I know what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
talking about that John Meadows
Yeah.
interview. But I would do 3 egg McMuffin sandwiches, 3 hash browns, and 3 cups of orange juice. Right, that's what I was doing. And then the next meal was 2 large pints of Chinese food.
Oof.
Right, in between that was the
Salt.
protein shake and apple.
GMOs.
Sodium,
With
bro.
GMO.
Pump.
Oh, you can.
There was another protein shake and
My
Gatorade.
heart is
after.
hurting. I got
After I
cholesterol.
trained.
Just thinking about
And then
that.
I was having, and then I had pizza for dinner
More salt.
with usually with chicken
Bro.
and sausage on it.
Bruh.
I mean, I was trying to get bigger. Right?
Listen,
Look
you two
at
people, don't eat that shit.
Anybody.
Yeah, I mean, and you can do it for a couple weeks. You know,
Don't do it for a couple hours. No.
Listen, if it's tough, if you're at 199, you're trying to break 200. I'm sure that'll get you over
it
that.
will definitely get you.
Drink a gallon of water. It's 9 pounds. How about that?
If you stuck somewhere, I'm sure that you might not be happy the way you look afterwards, but you go be
Bruh.
up there.
You know what? Like,
Hey,
what you got
are
on-
you happy?
Bruh.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, man, the only thing that's important are you happy
Are
right
you
now?
happy? All right, I'm gonna go back to Florida with my friend.
Sorry, I can't hear you. My kids are having fun in this vacation weather.
Dad, put your shirt back on. I ain't doing it no more.
Okay. Anyway,
He's like, what if this turned into a roast? This is bullshit.
hey, nah, hey,
Bullshit. Number 1 bullshit.
at least you weren't at the Arnold and your coach said, just have fun.
Who fuck said that?
Hey, yo, shoot, my coach George Fair at the time. He's
Oh
like,
shit.
just have fun. You're good. I'm like, how do I look? He's like, just have fun. Like,
That's brutal.
bitch, I did all this work. You tell me just have fun. Missed the mark completely.
That's brutal.
Next week we were fucking awesome in Australia, but that one show, 2014 Arnold, where I got dead last, I was like, this does not look like it should look at all. And he looked at me with a straight face. Just go have fun. And I was like, bitch, I ain't out here to have no fun.
This
I'm
is my job.
You know what I'm saying?
It's how I make money.
Hey, we just got back. We just got done placing top 5 in the Olympia lineup. You know what I mean? In Prague. The fuck, have fun. I should beat half these cats. Yeah, it's crazy. We were just here last year and I was top 5. Or no, top 7. Top 7. It's crazy. But yeah, so that just have fun speech. I've been there. It sucks.
That'll do it.
Sucks.
Hey, make
Just have fun.
Just know you ain't right when your coach says just have fun.
Or,
Yeah, we missed it. Fucking missed it.
Like, ah, it happens to everyone.
It makes me feel better.
Look, that was
Oh,
that
shit.
that made me think about my craziest binge after a show.
Oh yeah. What's yours?
So I competed last year, and my go-to after show is cake and pizza. Las Vegas, they got a place
Oh yeah.
that serves
Cake.
pizza and cake
Pizza and cake. Yeah.
at the same place, bruh.
You went in.
I had pizza. No, I had cake, then pizza, then cake. Wait, drinking ginger ale, cake, then pizza.
Sounds about right.
Got back to the house, had spaghetti on top. It was,
I like it.
it was, yeah.
What's yours?
Dude, I mean,
I had a piece of chicken.
no.
I actually put seasoning on it.
And then white people that shit. Yeah, right. Nah, I mean, I think my worst one was after we won that show at Lehigh. I had like 2 fucking Dr. Peppers, like a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because like that's my post-show thing. And then we stopped at Sheetz. I got a bunch of like fried mac and cheese bites, mozzarella sticks, candy, and on the way home I ate all that. When I stopped one more time, I got a Wawa cheesesteak because I fucking love them. And I ate half of it. I went upstairs to finish the other half, and my girlfriend I fell asleep with it like this on my chest.
I love it.
And my
I love
girlfriend
it.
took a picture of me at the time, like fucking cuddling this fucking cheese.
If you got that photo, bro, post that. In the
Not no one's got that fucking photo.
We need to post
That photo doesn't
photo,
exist
bro.
anymore. But yeah, I was. That was probably it. I mean, then maybe the other one, when we went to Miami, I went out on South Beach, and I fucking probably ate like $250 some of sushi. But that was killer, bro. That was killer. I didn't feel like shit though.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you guys are lightweight.
I
Very
don't know.
lightweight.
Do I want to know?
So, brace yourself. Brace yourself. So, I get done to USA. First year taking top 3 at the USA's. Get booked for a photo shoot. Get done the photo shoot. And I'm like, they're like, we're going to take you back to your hotel. I said, no, sorry, this is even better. This is after I won the Nationals, right? So I've been dieting because we had done the USA, took third, so we missed it. So pretty much been dieting all year, right? All year long. So we get done, the Nationals, and I'm like, ready to eat. Like, fuck it. I did a photo shoot for Muscle Mag down in Atlanta. My muscle development calls me, and they're like,
I remember this.
they're like, yo, we want you to come do a photo shoot in LA. I'm like, nah, I'm ready to fucking eat. I don't give a shit about no photo shoot. I'm going to eat. They're like, Fred, we need the Nationals champions photo shoot. You got to come out to LA. I'm like, I ain't got to do nothing. They're like, look, we'll pay you this. I'm like, no, that's not enough. Right? So then they're like, all right, what if we pay you this? I'm like, All right, okay. So we ran to Pat's, grabbed the cheesesteak, and then boom, went home back on the cardio. Right? So I came in, did all week, dieted hard for the photo shoot. Get done the photo shoot. It's a 12-hour photo shoot with Purple now. Right? And so I'm exhausted. They're like, all right, Fred, we're going to get you a limo back to your room. I'm like, no, don't want it. It's a 2-mile walk back to the hotel. Nothing but a strip
Oh,
of food on the way back. I stopped every block at a different food place and ate.
wow.
All the way back, bro. When I got back, I was like, I just need somebody to rub my belly. I need somebody to rub my belly. Yeah, and I gained 70 pounds
Yeah.
in 1 week.
I
You
was
gained 70 pounds.
7-0 in 1
When I
week.
came back from Florida, I think we were like a little bit, I was skinnier then. I was like a little under 150. I came back at 177 after the
Yeah.
flight.
Wow.
Yeah.
My man, that's the way to do it.
I
Yeah.
fucked that shit up, bro.
See,
I felt great.
People are like, oh, well, it's unhealthy. It's this.
Bruh.
I ain't die. I'm good.
So, again,
My blood pressure was through the
don't
roof,
do
bro.
that. don't do that,
Yeah,
people.
nah, I want to say that. That's stupid.
Like that shit.
I competed in
Food never
December.
tastes better than right after the show.
I competed in 211 in December, and I'm 225.
Well,
bro.
That was, I'll tell you what, that prep for Miami was the hardest prep I've ever had in my entire life. And that was something where we were like 2 weeks out, and I was over by the Smith machine, and Fred literally, and I don't know if you're going to keep this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Fred was like, all right, you got 2 options. You got a full pizza that you can eat as much as you want, or you can have the baddest bitch you've ever dreamed of to have sex with you. What would you pick? And no hesitation, I was like, fucking pizza.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you ready. You ready. That was that prep. That's where my fucking head was at. So yeah,
Wow.
I fucked that shit up after I
That's where
eat.
my head is every prep.
I think it was James Lee, like one of his shows when I first started, and then I remember every week we asked him, so pizza or your girl? Like, my girl, week 6. Pizza, your girl. my girl, week 3. Pizza, give me the damn pizza.
One
You
of my-
like that, bro?
One of my buddies, man, he's always like, nah, man, I always have food. I would always take the girl. I'd take the girl. I'm like, you haven't been there yet. You haven't been where you need to be yet. Because when you are where you're at, man, matter of fact, man, when your girl hits you up and you like this, I'm asleep. Because if you have sex, your energy's screwed for the rest of the day. Am I
Goddamn right. Absolutely.
Energy's screwed the rest of the day. You're like, oh man, please let me just sleep so I can do this cardio.
No.
Let me sleep. Oh. You snore louder so she don't fuck me.
Dude, I
Oh,
get
bro.
that, man.
Now, when you're at the show, then that's awesome. When you're at the show and you're already there and the stress is down, you're already in shape, and now all you're doing is carving up, Then she like, I don't want that tan on me. Leave me alone.
Right? I mean, come on.
Like, come on, you got me.
All that work,
I won't say,
and what's crazy. We talked about success and all that kind of stuff. That 9 minutes that you're on the stage, or 15 minutes, 30 minutes that you're on the stage.
Okay.
After 6 months,
Right. So let me ask you this:
That's some fucked up shit.
ain't it though?
What's success then? Is success the trophy you get, or success beating the best version of yourself?
Man, my success is when they say, yo, you know what, you could outdo Fred in that performance.
They were lying. It was good though. It was good.
Nah, for me it was mastering the process, dude. You know, this is like we talked about before. This sport is the one sport different than everything else, because either you did it or you did not do it,
And it shows.
and you will know immediately. Like at the last show we did, you know, I looked the best I ever looked for any of the shows I ever competed in. You know, but being a natural athlete going against guys who are enhanced is a big difference,
Sure.
right? You know, but I feel like it seems to me that the process though was harder, and it was a lot more laser focused rather than I had been, and that was the part, right? Being able to stay focused while still working with clients, while still driving, while doing all the stuff other stuff that I had to do just to live life. That was it, man. That's the success part. The stage or the end result. This is a combination, because what's next after that?
Yeah.
You did it. Okay, it's over.
I think the general, like being able to look at each and every single show, look at your NPC shots, and being able to compare each shot to the one before, and just seeing maybe even with just like
Progress.
the subtleties, but like the progress from the shot, regardless of placement. I think that is probably it's justifying the means of the entire prep, because like what a lot of people don't understand is like, okay, fitness is like this trendy thing that everyone's doing. Like everyone's competing in bodybuilding, bikini, men's physique, whatever. And like, how many times has someone that you got a client who was new came in 6 weeks when shit really starts to get hard, and then their foot just comes completely off the gas, right? Because when push comes to shove, this shit, it's a sport. People can make a lot of money doing this sport. It requires a very high level of efficiency, execution, and discipline. And when you don't see that on social media, you don't really hear about that from someone that's been doing it before. When you hit that like the cusp of like, this is where you really gotta like double down. You don't. I mean, you double down in the beginning, but when it gets hard, you double down even harder. Like when people start like experiencing that, a lot of people aren't really, you know,
Not people are built for it.
right. You know what I mean? And I think that like that in and of itself, just being able to get through that, get to the stage, right? Get up there and just be able to like just see what the final product is, right? I think that in and of itself, because like, I mean, you have like this, like for me, every time before I go on stage, I have this momentary flashback of the last like 16 to 20 weeks where it's like, I did all my cardio, I nailed all my training, I ate all my meals, I did everything else I was supposed to do. And like when you think about it and you know you did everything 100%, it's that confidence. I think that's what gives you confidence on stage in terms of presentation. When you reflect back, you're like, I fucked that cardio up. Like I cheated on my diet here. Like I did something I wasn't supposed to be doing or whatever. That's when you kind of see people that, I mean, to me, it's like you don't have that presence about you. You know what I mean? And I think that is the successful part of it as well.
I always say it's not about mental strength, it's about the mental endurance in this sport.
Yeah.
Right? Because I remember I did a show one time and I had done everything. I was bigger like they asked me to be. I was harder. Every workout I did was harder than I'd ever done before. And I got on stage and I was like, just knew I was finally going to, because I was always a B level, you know, top 15, 20 guy. But this is the year I was like, I'm going to be in that upper echelon, be a top 10 guy. And I got in, I'm up, you know, big Rammy wins. And I was like, I'm harder than he is. You know, I'm symmetrical as anybody up there. And I end up in 7th. And I remember, like, Juan Morel comes backstage. He's like, man, what's wrong? You know, you all right? And I'm like, I was fucked up. I was really fucked up because I was like, I did everything. Am I really just not good enough?
Yeah.
That's a hard pill to
Makes you
swallow.
question it.
And if you don't have that mental endurance, you'll sit in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have that time. The next week I was in Toronto, boom. And, we ended up in third, and 2 weeks later we went Dallas. But, it's like going through that disappointment was just kick in the gut, feeling like, damn, there's nothing else I could have done.
Yeah.
Nothing else I could have fucking done. And, it's like, man. But then 2 weeks later, just by continuing to go. So do you have the perseverance to make yourself continue to go when it's hard? To believe in yourself when no one else. Because I remember, even in this gym, nobody has done what I'd done on the stage or gone as far as I've gone. And there were people writing on the wall, "Fred's so good, why did he get sevens in Brazil?" Like, what? What? Like,
No shit.
yeah, right? Like, haters. But, and I remember when the girls was going to take it down, I said, no, leave it up. Leave it up.
I like
leave
that.
Leave it up. And I just kept looking at it for the next week, And when I got third in Toronto, it was another kick because I was like, no freaking way this guy should be beating me in Toronto. No way. And third at that, what? So, yeah, by the time I got to the third show, I was just like, ain't no fucking way. It was like no way I could lose.
Yeah.
No way. I don't think my mentality could take anything else.
I really need this dub right now.
Ain't no way I can lose. Yeah, but yeah, it's great. But so I think that mental endurance to continue to go, because you have so many setbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have setbacks, no matter how perfect you are with business. Let's spin it to business, right? No matter how perfect you are with business, there will always be setbacks, right? Like someone said, everybody having a good day? Yep. Anybody face any problems lately? If you're saying no, don't worry, one's coming. Right? You have to have that endurance mentally to continue to fight through those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know why I went off on that tangent.
No, but that was a really good point, though. You know what I mean?
Having the mental endurance to stick through it, but that defines your success, right? It's success is almost like the willingness to go past your breaking point. I got down to 206, right? And in natural shows, it's like I wasn't lean enough. It's like I've never weighed 202 anything since high school. But that suck down, is taxing. You're used to being big dude when you walk in the gym, and then all of a sudden it's like, fuck, I'm like everybody else.
Yeah, not really, but not really, but yeah. I mean, I think that's
Maybe in your eyes.
and that's it, right? Because even people will be like, "Man, you look big," and I'm like, "No, I don't."
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You never feel.
Sign up for body dysmorphia when you
Right,
first
exactly.
show. Man, I look bigger at 135 pounds, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, we're sitting down there and going to the beach. I started this when I was 18 years old. And I'm looking at those photos like, how did I feel good about walking around like that? I envy the guys that'll put a tank top on without having abs.
Stringer.
I mean, they'll just be walking around. Man, I envy that.
Yeah, I envy the guys that take their fucking shirt off in here and they got nothing. Nothing. Not even fucking abs, bro. Just nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
man.
smooth.
They do they just grip up the 10-pound dumbbell and start curling with no shirt on. Not a single fucking
And
vein in
feel
sight.
good about
Yeah,
it.
then they're just like.
Yeah, I feel good about it. You're like, damn. I admire that.
Yo,
No body
Yes.
shaming, bro. No body shaming, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I do too, though. You know what I mean? I
It's
wish
not-
I had that air of
It's not
confidence.
body. It's not body shaming, right? It's just right now, the industry and the way the industry is, everyone's when we the old school bulking had its flaws because you got way too fat and you come down, you end up with a net 5 pound gain on stage.
Right.
But what I've found that does work is making sure you're eating copious amounts of the right food.
Right.
Over and over again. That's no doubt it works. I mean, Christ, you went from 135 to 200 pounds in a 2.5 year period.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
It fucking works. There's no questioning about that. So, but I think what ends up happening is we go, well, I'm going to lift hard all the time. I'm going to pay attention to my diet while I'm prepping.
And off season.
And off season, you lose too much.
Right.
Right? You don't realize how much you're not gaining by not paying attention to the menu in the off season. I know this. I did it for years. For years, I would just, I remember I was in the AMBC because I was a natural bodybuilder for a very long time, and I was in the AMBC, and my buddies, this guy Alex, came down. They were like hanging out with me and my girlfriend at the time, and we were just, we lifted that day, went out to eat that day, and he's like, what are you ready to eat? I'm like, man, we walked, got some pizza, and he was like, huh? And he was like, Freddie, you're like one of the best natural bodybuilders. What do you mean you're gonna eat pizza? I'm like,
You think I'm gonna go eat pizza?
I'm like, fucking,
Cheesesteak?
Okay, no pizza. Do subs, and we do Italian subs, right? But it was coming from that mentality of powerlifting where you just eat.
That's right.
You just eat, right? Like, you just gotta eat. And he was like, oh man, let's go to the store, grab a couple steaks, cook them up, some baked potatoes. I'm like, we can do that. And it's like, once you get the mentality, like, you prefer eating that way anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel better. You can eat a ton of food, you're stuffed for a second, and then you're
good to go.
Back down to normal.
You're good to go,
Yeah.
right? So your body's utilizing, right? It's like, you want to know how bad the food is for you when you're doing fast food or junk food or any of that. Think to eat something before you're hungry again.
Yeah.
Right? Like my clients go, should we eat another meal? I'm like, if you're hungry, eat another meal. Like, I don't know how you do your clients on cheat days, but what I say to them is, try and put your cheat meal later in the day so you can get your food in where you're supposed to. And then if you're hungry, if you're truly hungry, not hormonal like you want something else, but you're truly hungry after you do your cheat hour, and it's been 3 hours, go ahead and eat. But I don't think you're going to be. How do you do with your cheat meals with people?
Basically, I mean, like, after like a couple weeks, I mean, depending upon what, situation the client's in, I'll give them one free meal a week. Basically, it's just like, I try to limit it to like nothing really crazy. Like, I don't want you going and eating anything with like a bunch of fucking lactose or just like milk or like no anything really cheesy. No crazy amounts of like sweets or anything like that. I try to keep it pretty regimented, like red meat, chicken, some sort of fish, but go out and enjoy like an entree with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. So, yeah, maybe a dessert.
Yeah, I wish I could do that with my people.
Yeah,
so
I
majority of my
know.
clients are, like I said, that 35-year-old,
Yeah.
60-year-old.
I'm pretty like
Yeah.
it's like all right for Valentine's Day.
What is
Fuck it
Valentine's Day? What's Valentine's Day, guys? Humbug.
But like for Valentine's Day, like fuck it up. You know what I mean? But like generally speaking, like I keep it pretty specific for a majority of my clients. Yeah.
Not me. I am different with my folks. Like I'm not a weekly cheat meal person. We're milestone cheat meal people. So
I like that.
so
You hit a goal.
That way it's something to look forward to. And what I found is I
Justify
want you
the
to
means
eat
again.
whatever you want to eat for 3 hours. Not 30 minutes. One sitting, 3 hours. You can eat, drink, whatever you want for those 3 hours. But here's what happens.
They don't make it for the whole 3 hours.
The first time they do it, the next day they're calling me, Walter, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And teaching them how to,
Bingo.
For a lifestyle person, that is a very good way to do it because I used
Exactly.
to have lifestyle people,
Mhm.
perfect for 6 days, eat whatever you want on the 7th.
Yep.
And the first month, they're making themselves sick every week.
Yep.
But by the end of
Month 2.
by the end of the 3rd month, they're doing this. I mean, I stuck pretty much to the diet. That's kind of wanted this because you're not deprived no more, right?
Exactly.
Like you're. I don't have to bring your calories dumb low when you're pushing them up so high.
Exactly.
On that
one
one
day.
day.
Yeah.
One day.
Exactly.
And realistically, if you jump right back on the diet,
It'll bounce
You get right back down.
right
Yeah.
now, so the devil's advocate to that is
Sure.
you create more inflammation in the body, right? Because it's up and down, right? You're putting all that sugar in the body one day.
Right,
Now
that's
your
why
body
it's
starts to crave it more. I've done both. I mean, I worked with coaches that were like clean all the time. A refeed would be an increase in the good food, right?
Right.
I've worked with coaches that were, and I've been successful with both. Coaches that allow me to have junk food whenever they feel like I'm flat.
He don't give no junk food when you flat, when you full, it don't matter.
I don't-
Nothing. He'll
I
give
don't
you
know.
nothing.
One time, Fred
Okay,
told
so
me.
hold on. This will tell you that I'm not cookie cutter because all three will have
I will fucking say no to that because, bro, for months my diet was like, dude, pancakes in the morning, oatmeal, eggs, orange juice, burger after every training session.
This man gave me 8 eggs with cheese Just because I want to pop over my
Bro,
cheeks.
one fucking time I like I forget what I'll text you about it. I was like, hey, like my workouts, like I'm not really getting like a good pump in like my workouts recently. It was like, oh, just go get 3 boxes of the biggest thing of Chinese food you can fucking do and eat it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I did it. Best fucking workout of my life. That shit was crazy, bro.
He ain't giving none of that special shit, right?
Shit, I was swollen like a tick.
Okay, so it depends on
The person.
what I'm seeing,
Sure,
right? Like, it
yeah.
depends on what I'm seeing. Like, if I know your metabolism's like mine, where you can hold a ton of body fat, like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Right.
But if, like you, the fear is as you're coming down, keeping you fuller.
Right, yeah.
And, when you were dieting the one time, it's like, okay, well, you're natty, so how do we keep some size and still come down slow and all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're learning about it, here's the hard part. You tell the client no, but it makes them fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And if they're miserable, you're not getting the response you want anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you're better off telling them, okay, we're going to do this, a better alternative for you. You want to go out and eat a bunch of pasta with your friends or a bunch of whatever. So we're going to schedule this. Just eat this before you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you truly eat it, you're not going to want that anyway.
Yeah.
And at least I know you got some quality protein in your cheat meal because I planned it for you, right? And on the ones that are truly lifestyle, you got to learn how to eat when you're not with me,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? You got to learn how to eat when you're not with me. So the thing is, I don't want you to just follow the diet. Like, these days off are supposed to be used so you can kind of learn yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's smart. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I mean, a lot of people disagree, but it's like, I feel like we are educators.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
No, that's exactly what we are.
And like my job is, because sooner or later, I mean, like I've had clients literally stay with me for however long I've been here. You know what I mean? I have clients that come in and then after the 3-month contract up, they're like, see you later. You know what I mean? And either way, it's fine, you know? But my goal is to always make sure that whenever that date does come, no matter 3 months or 4 years, 5 years, whatever, that you have enough information to
Absolutely.
be successful. Because like my one friend Cole, and we lost a ton of weight together. He's in the best shape of his whole fucking life. Got himself a girlfriend, feeling good about himself. And he still comes in, he still eats not the same diet. I mean, he makes little alterations, but he changes his food when he needs to be changed. He'll like bring it up, pull it down, but he's still making progress. And like to me, we don't work together anymore. There's no financial gain on my end from him, but it's just seeing him being able to like live a happier. And I was like, dude, that's the most satisfying thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like that to me is good. That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get it twisted. What we tell these people sticks with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sticks with them. Like it is so important in how it's ingrained in them that we're telling them information that's purposeful and correct,
Right.
because they will hang on to it forever.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Well, this is what they tell their friends. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like because that's their information now.
Like for me, I don't. None of my clients.
Your nipples up.
Are right.
He's just
Our
lonely. Just went out last
my
weekend.
opening conversation with everyone is, as much as I would love to keep you forever, I don't want you to be my client forever.
Yeah, because that means you're not doing
That
your
means
job.
that means I'm
That's
not doing.
exactly what I tell people.
So
Yep.
it's like and honestly, people, if we're not a good fit, I don't do contracts. We run the month, baby.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, great. If you don't, let's have a conversation after a month and figure out if it works for you or not. If it doesn't, that's great too.
Yeah.
It's okay.
See, I like the contract because give me 3 months to show you.
Give you commitment.
Right, to show you that I can do this for you.
Sure.
After the 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, 3 months I think is important. The reason why I came up with that theory is every time, like when you start a program, 75 to 80% of people are gonna
Dick off the first 2 weeks. Sorry.
but they're
Well,
but they're gonna see it through. I think 75-85% will see it through. I think that other 15%, it's like, I signed up, but yeah, I want to get this dog, so I can't afford you anymore. Stuff like that, and it's like, so it gives
pros and cons.
There's pros and cons. I think also it's gonna if you're really into it, it takes a few weeks to learn
Sure.
some people.
Sure.
Right? So it gives you an opportunity to learn them and not just throw something, because I mean honestly, like times 8 we can throw at anybody and they're gonna fucking lose weight.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean it's the right thing
Yeah.
to do.
Exactly.
Right? So this guy is doing that because he's online, and the hardest thing with online people is you don't have an emotional connection with those people
Correct.
initially. So you have to show them the results.
Yes.
So if I say 0.8, then, because I actually did this with somebody because I was like not seeing that, I knew she wanted to see more drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was moving, but it wasn't moving as drastic, right? So we did a super low number for a week. She lost 3 pounds and she was all excited. And then I started raising it back up, and then she continued to lose. But so like it's much of a education,
Sure.
little sales.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got to be authentic, but it's sales.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one of these things where if a person doesn't feel comfortable with you and they're not happy with you, then they're gonna go somewhere else anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And someone else is gonna do it. So if you believe in your system,
Mhm.
do it the safest manner possible.
Yep.
Some people just don't listen to reason.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely.
But that's one thing that's part of the reason my fees are not low in comparison to the market, because I want you to have as good experience as you want. And if you're paying your hard-earned money, you're going to
Yeah, you want to return on your
and
investment.
you want to return your investment. So part of the reason that our fee structure, at least over here, is what it is, because that way people are more invested in their success. I targeted specific people, for that reason, and that's why I don't do contracts, because I know it wouldn't.
I mean, you found something that works for you.
Yeah,
That's
what
all
I
that
mean,
matters.
and you're also in a gym setting too. That makes a difference too.
Yeah.
Being in a gym setting because you have a captive audience, it's a different environment.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your home and I'm working with you. It's just a different
Yeah, no, it's a
type
different
of
vibe,
experience.
but it works
Yeah,
though.
it works. Oh,
but let's say
there are people that pay thousands of dollars about, which I was that person, into $2,000 a month, but
Yeah.
per person times
Right.
10.
That's fucking good. You know what I mean? It's really good. Shit works, brother. But yeah, no, I see. I think when it comes to, I don't know. I look at it like this. Like I put so much time. Like all my clients, they sign up. They get their training program that's literally designed to the T of what they need. It's
That's
based
right.
off their photos. It's based off their goals, like their spreadsheet, their tempos, their rep ranges, the notes, queuing, all this stuff. Because a lot of the time, when you're not there training with them, they have no freaking idea what they're doing. So
Correct.
like, a lot of their exercises are linked to an exercise library, exercise that I vetted on YouTube or videos I have myself that I upload to them, so they have generally an idea of what they should look like when they're doing things.
Right.
But it's the being meticulous with their diet and then with their training and then with the audio feedback I give my clients every week with their check-in. It's like that's why someone like you and someone like you and someone like me, we charge the way that we charge, because
Right.
if you can't afford it, no hard feelings, it's fine.
Right.
But then you go find someone else you can afford, right? And then you're gonna get that type of service, right?
Mhm.
There's a reason why there are guys that are $50, there are $100, and there's a reason why there are, guys that are more than,
500,
because we
1,000.
give right. Well, it's just like I feel like we all provide a lot of knowledge
Yeah.
and a lot of good information that yes, you will take with you literally for the rest of your life, right? This is not just like a thing that you get now and then you lose later. Like
That's
you have
right.
access to all your diets, you have access to all your training programs, you have access to all the audio message, you have access to everything.
That's right.
Forever. So like these are tangible things that I'm giving to you, within means of the
course.
payment that are now yours, right?
Yep.
Hence why I charge the way I charge, because this knowledge that I've accumulated over watching literally everything that you do for the last 5 years,
Mhm.
doing my own self-study, own research, anecdotal experiences that I have with my own clients.
Mhm.
It's not cheap to understand all this. Hence why, again, the price is justifiably what it is, right?
Mhm.
But you're going to get the results with someone that charges that. Now there are some people that I think charge like $1,500 a month for coaching and training, and I've seen those guys online. I'm like, you know what? Good for them. I don't think I'll ever charge $1,500 a month for all that shit, because I don't know if anyone's really that good forever. You know what I mean? But whatever works.
What's interesting though is we pick up different things while we're still doing the business. Like I've learned things from watching, listening to you while you're with clients, watching, learning, listening to with clients, and also when you work with me. And same thing with Rashad. And I think that when you're a paying client, you're not just paying for the service you're getting from your provider. You're also getting it from every other trainer that's wherever it is
Yeah.
located, because everyone is having those different experiences. I think that's kind of why we're tying our business to this podcast, right? It's because you as a consumer of the information is getting a wealth of knowledge from different points of
Sure.
view and different perspectives. to help you avoid the roadblocks that we see every single day. If we can tell you that there's a pothole coming, you need to get off on this exit, you know that it's coming, and now you get to make the decision
Sure.
as to if you're going to do it. So whether you are a personal trainer, whether you're a client, whether you're someone who's just a fitness enthusiast, our hope is that this type of podcast gives you a different type of look at our industry. Because there are lots of reputations around this industry. The question is what do you see a value in, and how can we help give you what we have without charging you $2,000 a month? But if you want to pay $2,000 a month, we don't mind. Not one bit.
So, to bring that full circle, go ahead, hit it.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna prompt the question, but that's fine.
Question.
So I was having this conversation with another person who just strictly does online training or online coaching. I think trainers like, all of us guys that are literally in the trenches with the clients 10, 12, even longer sometimes days, right? Multiple clients each and every single day. Being able to have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 conversations each and every single day, right? I think our business model, is, I prefer it, right? Because when it comes to actually apply, it's easy to write something on a spreadsheet and be like, I'm 100% confident in that, and you got to do it, and know that the client might do it, right? But being able to learn all that, not only just put it in a spreadsheet, but then see that client every single day and then apply what you fucking put in the notes in terms of execution, queuing. I think it's so much deeper than just online coaching. Now, dude, online coaching, it's probably more money than anyone can make in it, because there's only so many hours a day that you can personal train.
Right.
How many programs can you do in 12 hours? How many personal training clients can you do in 12 hours, right?
Right.
But the application, I think it's just that, to me, is like, that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? And like, I think that's why, we charge a little bit higher rates than everyone else, because it's not just me copying and pasting off of certain websites.
I fight with that all the time, and the reason why I fight with that is because I grew up in an era where there really wasn't online training, right? So
You were sending photos in the mail.
right, I was thinking that. So, but even
Pony Express, though.
Right, yeah.
like
Carry
the
the business.
transition to online training could be great. Like,
Sure.
but to do what we're doing, and the hardest part is that we're in between.
Yeah.
Right, like we're still trying to run a full bulk of training, and still trying to run 30, 40 clients online. And it becomes almost impossible to do because
I would say for me, yeah.
yeah, it's almost impossible to do because what ends up happening is you either have no life, right? Because when you take a break,
Yeah. Something's got to give.
right? And like for me, so we saw 21 people today, right? Personal training individualized, 21 people. I still got to go and knock out 10 programs when I get home.
Yeah.
Now, somewhere, even with my best intention, it's going to give.
Yeah, I'm going to slip.
So you're going to slip somewhere. And that's in term where, where you have to learn to develop a team around you. And this is what we're doing with my trainers. We develop a team, you guys training people. Problem is all you guys are so fucking booked now that I gotta, expand my team. But and that's what you gotta continue to do. But that's really where it lies. But the online thing, if you commit to it and say, I'm just gonna do online,
It can work.
that's the way. It works.
Absolutely.
It works
Absolutely.
beautifully.
Listen,
Yeah.
When I was traveling all the time, I think I had like 100 clients online.
Yeah.
And
That's ideal because like
You're doing
you can-
100. You're everywhere.
it's passive. You don't have to be
Yeah.
here. You just make it.
But
You
you
know.
can't miss.
You can't miss.
No, well, again, what you said earlier in the podcast, it's like you don't have the in-person leverage and like connection that you have because like it's just an email or it's just a text message.
Yeah.
Sure, like
Oh,
you can.
I'm too
I've
sure.
made some pretty decent friends with online coaching.
Sure.
Like guys down in Florida, New
Sure,
York,
sure, yeah,
like guys that I still talk to, right?
Mhm.
But like not as meaningful as someone like I see 5 days a week in here training hard. You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
that comes up to me and like hangs out. You know, like that
Right.
shit.
It's different.
If you slip, God forbid, it's just like you see him at the gym the next day. It's like, hey, I'm so sorry. Last night kind of got away from me. I'm gonna get to it tonight. You know what I mean?
Right, and then you all have anxiety because you're
Right.
like, I gotta make sure I do it tonight.
Right.
I gotta make sure I do it tonight.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm fucking doing it in between clients. I'm out here trying to get
Maybe
shit
we
done.
can work together and I can show you guys the easy way to do that. Because
Shit.
I do online stuff and it's not as hard as everybody thinks it is.
No, I'm sure.
Do you have the
It's
systems
not hard,
in
it's
place?
time consuming.
I would say it's not.
At first it is.
There's a lot of different ways to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm just not a guy who, like, when I'm building someone's program, I'm looking at the photos and I'm going, okay, this. And I don't care what program you got. If you're doing everybody super individualized,
It takes forever.
now, if I have a clientele that let's be real. If you got to lose 50 pounds, there's nothing specific I need to do
Right now.
because because you're going to lose. You're going to hit that mark. It's not until you lose that 30 that we got to start being specific because your body starts to catch up.
Exactly.
Right. But I'm not getting that kind of clientele.
Right.
Right, the clientele I'm getting, you're coming to me like I want to do this show, I want to do that show, I want to do this show. It's like it's got to be on point from day one.
Yes.
And with
You gotta
that,
make changes now.
not only that, okay, well let me see you in 4 days to make sure we're not wasting any time.
Right.
Right. So and that's where it gets tough with the online as opposed to just doing it in person.
Sure.
But to wrap this up, Rashad, because I think we've got so much great information in this podcast. If you had to tell a client at the end of 3 months, they've lost 25 pounds, how do you maintain it without feeling like you're always restricted?
I mean, that's the main thing, like Walter was saying, is you shouldn't feel restricted after the 3 months because based off what we've done these last 3 months, I should have shown you how you can eat without having to worry about, damn, I can't eat this, damn, I can't eat that. It's not about restricting yourself, it's about having enough sense to know when to eat, what to eat, and how to eat. Because when I was, like for example, I had a client that I told him, like when we started, I can't eat this all the time. And then like 6 months later, they're eating 5 meals a day on a regular, not because I told them to, because they weren't training anymore. But it's just like I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, I ate dinner, and then I just snacked on like a protein bar. I had a shake in between, and again, it's nothing any crazy. So like you said, if I can't, it's maintainable. Now you might fluctuate 3 pounds up or down, but at the end of the day, if I didn't show you how to eat like a normal person, then what did I do? So it's not that hard to maintain because it's not restrictive. Because again, you should be eating like this anyway. It's not anything crazy. And granted, everybody's job and life's a little bit different, but if I showed you how to make that maintainable while we were doing it, I've already shown you how to make it maintainable after we're done.
Yep.
Okay,
All
cool.
said.
Well said, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
you
just
good?
face.
Good.
All good? All right, well, so thank you for tuning in for another episode of Big Talk here, and make sure if you like what we're saying, you click the
Subscribe button.
subscribe button, ring the
Comment.
bell, ring the bell.
Let's
but
do
most
that one more
importantly,
time.
yeah, I was looking for y'all to just chime right in.
Yeah.
But most importantly, leave a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, so we can
That's
address
not
your
your-
concerns or continue to do what you like. So,
Important.
again, thank you. Peace.